Back from Nolans.
I forgot you were there.
Let me say this about Nolans. Now, you know I got my case of psoriasis and I'm on a diet.
Did you get that shirt in New Orleans?
I didn't. I don't know. The truth is, I don't know where I got it. And my wife...
Your wife
My wife said, don't wear that shirt on its own, but you can wear it under a sweater where you have a little piece of this.
Under a sweater?
Or anything where you have a piece of this showing.
Like hanging out?
Yeah. She said, so you know that there's a problem when
it
your
hurts
shirt,
my eyes.
When you're told,
first of all, it hurts my eyes.
Please hold on. Your shoes, it goes with your shoes. But listen, when you have a shirt and they say, just let a little bit.
That's not, it's too much.
Yeah, right?
Don't buy that shirt.
You can let a little tiny, like an inch dangle in the back.
And then were you like, can I get the wizard sleeves? Do you guys have it in wizard?
Well, because I like to keep things under my sleeves, like bunnies, pigeons, and knives. And then when I pickpocket in crowds, I like it, dude. And you know, as long as I like it, like ready? I have character.
You will never wear that shirt again after this. I guarantee it. As soon as I say one thing, you never wear it. You know it doesn't look.
It's probably true.
I bet you came in and were like, God, I hope this shirt works out. As soon as I came out, well, what are we doing, man?
I don't have much of an eye for fashion.
It hurts my eyes.
Don't have an eye for fashion, do I?
That's just not your thing, bro. I'm not mad at it, though.
All right, well, can we move on?
Yeah, man. Will you never wear that again? By moving on, do you mean, and I'll never wear that again?
It's funny how your eye is like, you're like my buddy Johnny Frechette, who is an artist, and he was sitting there and he goes, I got to get out of here. I go, what? And he goes, I got to get out of here. I go, why? We're hanging out. He goes, no, I mean LA. And I said, why? And he goes, it's too ugly, man. I'm always fixing things with my eyes. It's just that, look at that building. Like, why would they make that building like that? So when you have an eye for fashion, you have an eye for architecture, it's very hard on your eyes.
The stuff would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
If a color's off, if something's off.
That's how your brain works.
Yeah.
That's like a talent that you probably had since you were a little kid.
Yeah.
I don't notice it. Like if you ask me what color somebody's shirt was, I don't even notice. We're all blind in certain ways. Like I don't pay attention.
Like, you know, when if you buy a Mercedes, or let's say you buy a Porsche, amazing car.
Yeah.
But there's a regular Carrera, there's a Carrera S, and there's the GTS. Well, if I used to just have a Carrera. Well, when I look at a Carrera and I look at it next to a GTS, they're two completely different cars.
Right.
Where I think most people would look at it and go, the same car.
Yeah.
But all I can see, if I saw one pass the road, I pick out everything that this car doesn't have.
Yeah.
And it would drive me fucking nuts.
It's amazing. It's
strange.
It's like a mother with two identical twins. She knows immediately who the difference is. For us, anytime you have an eye for something,
it's a problem.
You pick up on that right away.
Blessing and a curse.
Yeah, well, it's just having what's called a sophisticated or cultivated eye.
Yeah, I guess.
They say. It's like my father can tell you the difference between composers when they're playing the same Tchaikovsky sonata.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they're playing the same song, and he'll go, "I don't like the way this was."
Oh, wow.
But a lot of people can do that.
You must listen to a lot of.
Yeah. But a lot of people can. A lot of people who are, it's a cultivated ear. Oh, it's a cultivated ear.
It's a tune they pick up?
Sure. Or what I think is incredible is like conductors can literally have, so let's say in the average orchestra, there are, I don't know, 8 violins, 10 violas, 5 horns.
7 trombones.
I mean, it's how many instruments would you say?
Maybe a shitload.
Like 30, 40.
Squad.
He can go like this. Good conductors can do this. They can go, second horn. Hold on. No.
He's off.
You're off.
That's
what are you
crazy.
Doing? That's what they can do.
I know. I got another fact for you about conductors.
Yeah.
Did you know that they have the longest lifespan because their arms are above their heart? So that's why they have the longest.
Is that true?
life. Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Isn't that weird? Another fact for you. You know they fuck 0 girls. Did you know that?
Come on,
Did you have that one?
You don't know that.
Did you know they get no pussy?
Did you
know that about those guys? Do you know those guys make a girl drop faster?
No, they probably get
than
nerd
a fucking.
Girls. They get musician girls who are good at the violin.
Nah.
And the piano.
Nope.
No?
Nope. Because nothing.
They're leaders.
Nothing looks lamer than this.
And
all
their
day.
hands are in the air like this?
Yeah, but they have the longest lifespan.
Really?
Yep, out of all jobs.
Come on, man. That's amazing.
Because their arms are above their heart, which is healthy.
This somebody I know.
It's true, right?
Somebody I know who's friends with Wynton Marsalis, the great jazz maestro, the great jazz. He's a jazz composer.
Oh, okay.
Considered one of the greatest jazz trumpeters in the world of all time. In fact, like Harry Connick. No, of course, but Harry Connick Jr. said he does things technically on a trumpet that's not supposed to be done possible for a human being, like the way his fingers do it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And he, because he's a jazz musician, and in jazz you listen to all different instruments and you're communicating with them. Apparently, he can listen to 4 conversations when he is at dinner.
Oh, wow.
He can listen to 4 different
Multitask.
conversations at the same time.
And still pick up
yes,
all of it.
Yes. And then he'll get up and he'll wake up, and if you're talking to him or something, like you're saying something and you're having a conversation, like this girl I know used to date him. She got up and she said something. She complained about something. No. And he didn't listen to really what he heard her, but he played the music. He played the tone of her voice on the trumpet. He just picked his trumpet up. He listened to her. She goes something like this. You didn't let me finish my sentence last night. It kind of really bothered me. And as far as I'm concerned, I think you need to be more respectful because I don't know how we're going to have it. And he just looked at her and he went, be annoying. What was that? And he goes, just played you.
Be annoying.
Just a way of communicating, buddy.
That's pretty crazy.
Which is why I'm going to take my trumpeting a lot more seriously.
Now, I wonder if he can text and talk. Is it the hardest thing to do in the world? Like when you're trying to write a serious text and someone's talking to you, everyone shuts down.
They say that you're not really able to do 2 things at once.
Multitask?
Yeah.
Women are better at it than men, they say.
Well, that makes sense because
women. When they say, I mean women's.
Well, that makes sense because a woman has to keep her child alive while he's doing something, cook food, keep shit clean. Like I see the way my wife does it. She's got 2 kids to keep track of all the time. She's got to do 1,000 other things too.
Yeah, women are statistically better, I guess.
They've actually done studies on that where they say men, because men's minds, women have to do that. They have to multitask just to keep the child alive. Men, because they can't rely on men. Let's be honest. They just can't to keep the child alive for the most part, historically. Men can obsess on one thing. So men can go.
One thing only?
Yeah, they can go, kids need food. Yeah, fuck off. I'm in my office. I'm going to figure out, I'm going to study and obsess over why time bends or space bends or whatever it is. And they'll obsess over that. Literally. That's why that was why
there you go.
Camille Paglia was like, why have so many men been the ones that revolutionized the human condition? It's like, well, women were kept down, but there's another reason. Men have different brains. They can obsess over one thing. Women have multifaceted brains. It's just different.
Interesting.
Which, by the way, would be politically incorrect.
How was shooting in New Orleans, though?
I had to drive a car, Brendan.
How many days were you shooting?
I shot for 1 day, but...
Just Sunday or Saturday?
Now, what you do when you shoot a movie...
Did you shoot on the Lord's Day?
Shot on the Lord's Day.
The movie's doomed.
I did shoot on the Lord's Day.
Say no more, fam.
Now, hold on.
You shot on the Lord's Day?
I did.
Movie's bust.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But I said my prayers. I got there at 6, ended up shooting at... What you do is you want to get there at 5, actually, 5:30.
5 a.m.?
5:30 p.m. If you get there at 5:30 p.m., you're going to be shooting at 12 midnight. See, that's what we want to do.
Oh, late night.
There's always a long... They bring you in at least 5 hours early on film.
Yeah, make sure you're there.
Yeah.
Makeup.
All that stuff. I
did a lot of makeup. And then you shot from midnight to what time?
It was a short scene. It was just a driving scene where we had to hear some stuff.
And you just came in just for that?
Yeah.
And then you left Monday morning?
Yeah, offered a part in Wonder Woman 2. I told you that.
And turned it down?
I had to turn it down.
Why?
Too busy. Honestly,
too busy. Hold on. Look at me.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I know,
but go back. Let's rewind. Okay. Why'd you turn it down? Now tell me the truth.
I'm doing a movie.
This New Orleans one?
Getting ready for my... I'm already signed up for that. I can't. It's a $13 million movie. I can't walk away from it.
Wonder Woman 2.
I understand. And it's a good part. And a funny part. It's a disaster for me. But it would be a long time in DC.
I could hold down this fort, and I guarantee if we told all the fans, some might appreciate it, if you took a break for 5 weeks.
Excuse me, sir.
No, I'm just saying.
Are you trying to fucking replay?
No, not at all.
Hold on.
But I'm saying,
hold on.
I guarantee hold on.
Fort?
Yeah, I guarantee you, if we told the fans, hey, Bryan's shooting Wonder Woman 2, so he's not going to be in town for 5 weeks. So it's going to be Brendan and guest Theo Von. So what we're going to do is it's going to be Brendan and Theo for 5 weeks. Now, I don't want to say there'd be an uproar of happiness, but I think everyone would understand. And then I think everyone would understand when you get that text 2 weeks in that says, hey, bro, don't bother coming back.
I'm hurt and I'm slowly being replaced.
No, I'm just saying, for real, though.
Take your hands up. Don't ever touch me like that again. Don't touch me.
Do you have your psoriasis still?
It's getting not better.
Oh, no, it's better.
Oh, my God.
I know.
It's better.
It's so annoying. Fuck, man. Come on.
Yeah, fuck.
Come on, dude.
Better, dude. Looks
that
like a million
predators. My thigh's
looks like
better.
a million predators are aiming their vision at you.
My thigh's better.
Hey, but for reals, if you said, hey, dude, I got a part on Wonder Woman 2, it's a big part, it's going to be one of the biggest movies ever, and I'm gonna be gone for 5 weeks, and you hold down the fort, I'd say yes. We at least do at least one a week, maybe two, and you could do it.
I appreciate.
So you turned it down. Why now? Because I guarantee if they went, hey Shab, we need you as the next Batman, but you're gone for 6 months.
Yeah. Brendan.
But look at me.
Brendan, what do you mean? What we got to fight on your kid?
I'm Batman.
Brendan, the mothership.
Batman. Like,
what am I? Brendan? Hello, Brendan.
And then, hi, this is Brendan's agent. He's the new Batman.
Oh my God.
Go through his agent.
You've changed.
You're just too busy.
Well, I'm under contract.
For that other movie.
Yep. And also I have...
Hey, Patty, could we have made the offer a little earlier so we could have figured this out?
I know. But she was working so hard to find me this part.
Dang.
And who's playing opposite me? Jimmy Burke.
Jimmy Burke?
We're playing two... I can't say what we're playing, but yeah.
Your best friend's in it?
I know.
Jimmy Burke finally got a gig?
Yeah.
And you're not doing it?
I know. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh my God.
Although I did bring it up.
Yeah, I didn't know all this.
I know.
Can't write part for the big man, huh?
Hey, come on, dude. Don't get greedy.
I'm going to toss and rolls around left and right.
No,
Jimmy hasn't worked in years.
We're not tossing
come
rolls
throw
around.
A bro a bone.
No, we're not tossing
Let me be a
rolls.
bad guy.
No.
That's
not good. That's not a good bad guy. Oh, that's not a good. That's not a good bad guy. How would you play a bad guy? All right, say this.
Well, no, I could be like the guy who seduces her, and then but I'm trying to get her. I don't watch Wonder Woman. I'm trying to get her belt or some shit.
You got to get.
She realizes,
I'm going to tell you what you got to do. You got to get my money. So ask me where my money is. I'm going to give you an excuse, and then I want you to look at me and go. I want you to come back with something. I want you to just kind of tell me that I'm going to lose my hands.
All right, but not lose your hands. But I'm doing it in a very non-aggressive way.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Do I have an accent?
Nope. I want you
There
to just
is
do it.
my money.
Nope. I want you to do it really, really menacingly.
No, that's
Use your size. Don't be a bitch.
Well, no, we're sitting down and people are listening, so they can't hear that.
You don't need to move. You're a huge guy.
I'm not going to move. I'm
Be
just
threatening.
No, I'm going to. There is my money.
Are you Dracula?
I'm mysterious. You don't know where I'm from.
Are you a Dracula who wrestles? Huh?
Well, you see, you can't. No, it's the movie. So go. Ready?
There is my money.
There is my money.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand you, sir.
Dude, this is the movie.
Well,
you're going to get offset if you don't get.
I don't speak Transylvanian.
Cut. Can we get a replacement for
Try it
this
again.
dud?
Try it again. Ask me for my money. I'm going to give you an excuse, and then I want you to not accept the excuse, but I want you to be menacing. You're a bad guy.
Not in my Russian.
No, I want you to
killer voice.
Just ask me. Here's your doing as an actor. Get the money from me. Let me know that if I don't have your money in 12 hours, I'll be handsless.
Okay, you ready?
All right, ready?
All right. Where's my money?
Okay. You don't seem serious because you seem like...
God damn it, Bryan.
Well, you look you're laughing.
Well, this isn't going to work here.
Well, you look like you're about to laugh. Go ahead and try one more time.
What I would say...
I'll give you an excuse. Try one more time.
Ready?
Ready, yeah.
Where's my fucking money?
Okay. I'm glad you asked that. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to have your money. I'm going to have your money really soon. I don't have your money right now because the bank doesn't... They need literally 24 hours to get my money, and I'm going to get it for you. So just let me go and let me go get the money. Okay? Why are you laughing? I'm going to get you your money. I just need 24 hours.
All I hear is blah, blah, blah.
Okay. You're not intimidating at all.
I know. I'm sorry, man. It'd be tough to play a bad guy for me.
It would, right?
Yeah. Has to be comedy.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. They could figure it out in Wonder Woman, though. That's a bummer, man. If you needed 5 weeks, I told you. I texted you and said, hey, might be doing Wonder Woman. I said, don't worry about the podcast. I'll hold it down.
Watch me.
Take all the benefits.
Watch how I get my mony. Watch this. Watch how casual I am about it.
Oh, weird. You've been acting for 30 years. Please do this
but just
for
watch
us.
how I know you can do it. Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah, I know. You have my money?
I don't. See, my mom,
Yes, you do.
I know, just shut your fucking mouth. So my mom took the money because she didn't pay the bills.
Right.
And then.
Oh, your mom did?
Mm-hmm. And then my sister needed food, and then I need a new shirt.
Okay. So.
I'll get it tomorrow.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is I'll get it tomorrow.
Okay.
You know what? You know what? Let me suck your dick.
Not my type. I'll tell you what I am going to do for you. I'm going to give you 12 hours, but listen.
That's a lot
And
of
if I
time.
don't get the money in 12 hours, which is a lot of time, and it's no big deal.
I can work
I know
with
I'm going to
that.
get the money in 12 hours.
Yeah, I can work with
I
that.
know I'm going to get the money.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right? Because I know that, and you know that, if I don't get the money in 12 hours, your sister and your mom,
You run a
your
train on
sister plays
You run
piano,
a train
right?
on them.
She's not going to have hands. They're going to walk around with no hands. I know. It sucks. It's terrible. And you will not be able to help them because you won't have feet. You know what I'm saying? But the
won't
good
have
news
feet?
is they'll have 4 feet and you'll have 2 hands. And you guys will have to live together.
And join
Now,
the circus.
the worst part of that is
That's
your
a
mom and
gift.
your sister give you a real, I mean, they're exhausting to be around, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
like them.
So let's
You're
go
going to
ahead.
kill them for me.
No, I'm not going to kill
Oh,
them.
thank God.
I'm
I
gonna kill
would
them.
pay you to do that.
I'm gonna cut their hands.
They're-
I'm gonna cut the hands off. And I'm gonna cut your feet off. Cool.
Okay.
But we're not gonna get to that, are we?
No.
Because you're gonna have my money in 12 hours, aren't
Correct.
you? Now do me a favor. Get on your knees.
Suck this
Open your
dick.
mouth. Don't finish my sentences for me.
No, I'm excited for this. In the movie, I'd be excited for that.
Now, I'm not gonna have you touch my wong. I don't trust you. But my rump, my bunny hole. Shh. Now my bunny hole needs a swabbing.
See, I don't think you're bad guy
That-
to call it the bunny hole.
I call it my bunny hole.
See, now you seem friendly when you say the bunny hole.
I want to sound friendly.
You were in New York before New Orleans again? Or
I was
am
in New
thinking
York
last week.
I did. Did I tell you how my?
Oh, you had a private gig.
I had a private gig. Did I tell you how that went?
No.
Oh, okay. It was for all these
Set
lawyers.
the table for us. What was going on?
500 of the top lawyers in the country.
Oh, they're hilarious.
In the world.
They're hilarious.
Yeah, I'm not doing corporate gigs anymore.
Yeah,
How
you
about
are.
that?
You're going to shut your mouth. You're going to go there with a smile and
I
a
won't.
fucking checkered shirt.
I won't.
Like a gay sailor and
Yep.
tell jokes.
I was in a suit. First mistake.
You did comedy in a suit?
I did. Big mistake for
Who
me.
told you to do that?
In loafers.
Why did you
I
do
was
that?
told to do that
By who?
by the.
No one ever tells you
by
what
the company
to do.
that hired me. Not only that, there were certain things I
Bryan,
couldn't
you're
say.
better than this.
I know. The guy who put it on, great guy, and a listener of the show, great guy. He was awesome. Loved him.
Was he the one who gave you the
His
advice?
son and he are fans. I can't remember his name. Maybe Michael.
But Michael didn't give you the advice to wear a suit and loafers.
No,
Do
Michael
you know
was
what's not
Michael
funny?
was very cool, but out of respect, because it was black tie, it's suggested.
You're a comic.
I know that. Not only
A
that,
dirty
I was
one
also-
at that.
I was also emceeing.
I know.
I told some jokes. I give the award, first award, tall woman, taller than me, stern looking, looks at me and says, "You were very offensive." I said, "What part?" She said, "The whole thing. Gross and offensive." And her friend said, "You have a long way to go." And I went, "Thank you very much."
Wow.
And that's how it started after doing 10 minutes of comedy. And nobody laughed for my 10 minutes. No
Oh,
one.
my
I mean,
God.
crickets. Have you ever seen that happen to me? That hasn't happened to me in 20 years.
Hold on. Never.
Yeah. Crickets.
Never.
Crickets. And part of it's just the venue. Part of it's I didn't feel comfortable because it's a corporate gig. They don't
Yeah, but
know
I've seen
me.
you in uncomfortable situations. You still make people laugh.
Yes, I
That's
do.
your gift.
Yes, I do. They were lawyers and they were all partners. And I think some of them didn't want to laugh at some of the risque stuff I was saying. It wasn't dirty. It was just, it was funny and it crushes. And
Hey,
only
which
here
crowd
did it
was
not.
better? The Tebow charity event where there's 9 kids in the back and you did
By
dirty
far
jokes,
better.
or this one?
By far better.
Oh, wow.
Can you believe that? Because that was tough.
Wow.
Yeah, I just can't do those rooms.
This is my thing, B. Why do it? You're not strapped for cash. Why dull down your act?
I learned. I'm not going to do it anymore because I'm compromising myself and it makes me feel
Yeah.
bad about myself.
Hell yeah.
It doesn't.
Then you feel like
I've
a
never
loser.
I've never done a corporate gig where I felt comfortable. I feel like I'm doing it for the money. I'm working for the man. I'm working for a corporation. That's not. I didn't get into this.
Not
business
only
for
you're,
that.
but
I'm compromising.
But that doesn't work with comedy. The reason comics are nomads, so you're going to do what you like, what you want to say.
That's right.
If you like it, you buy a ticket to the show. If not, all right. But this is the cup of
Correct.
tea. But now the corporate's going, hey Bryan, we like you, so we're going to bring you in. But we're bringing you in under these conditions.
Yes.
Wear a suit, wear these loafers,
Yep.
and don't do this material. Do this material.
Yeah.
Well, that's not
I can't
me.
do that.
Go get someone else.
Right.
There's the other guys who are great at that.
Yes, there are.
They're not our friends, but they're great at that.
That's
They're
right.
also not funny.
Right.
They're great at that.
Correct.
That's not you.
I know.
And you're not a struggling comic, some new comic who's struggling for money.
I know.
So do me a favor. Don't take a 7-hour flight in a shit suit and loafers where they're not going to laugh at your comedy for a paycheck.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
I know. It was. They paid me $1 million though, so that's hard to
All
say
right.
no.
Well, now I'm on board.
I know. I'll do a lot for $1 million.
$1 million? God,
cash.
damn. So you,
cash.
so you were there.
Gold.
You were there, but then at night did you get to get out and then see people? You've been in New York a lot.
Yeah, I was with Mr. Dove Davidoff, Mr. Jimmy Burke, Mr. Tariq Azim. We had ourselves a laugh. Yes,
boys.
You were missed.
Does Tariq and Dove just get along like two peaches?
Tariq loves Dove. Tariq was like, dude, I want to be. He goes, all you need in life is Jimmy Burke and Dove Davidoff. I said, that's
correct.
That's correct.
Correct.
Those are the two guys you need.
Yes.
Tariq was like, I want to be here.
Yeah. And you don't need. I love being around because I don't need to say anything.
No.
I can just listen to Jimmy Burke.
Oh, the best.
Yeah.
Story
Dove
after story.
chimes in. He's hilarious.
Dove
Brothers, the super interesting one too.
Yes, he is. Dove took me and Tariq and Jimmy to galleries in Chelsea that sell modern art. Okay. Now, we went in and there was a neon sign. It was three words stacked on top of it, just neon. It said jungle, jungle, jungle.
Oh yeah, I bought that.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought that piece.
How much do you think it was? Jungle?
45 grand.
Yeah. It was $350,000.
Oh wow.
$350,000 for a
just a neon sign that said jungle, jungle.
That's
jungle?
right. That's right.
Did J-Lo lick it or something?
So there was that. Then we went in and there was just a bunch of wood stacked on top of each other by this guy named Andre something. And that was some inordinate amount of money. And then there were just a bunch of frames of like if you typed out he over and over again in a block, and then you typed out I over and over again, and you typed out she over and over again. And if you framed those in regular shitty wooden frame, that would cost you $50,000.
Sounds like I need to head to New York to start doing some painting.
But Dove goes, and it's all in this huge warehouse with like this skylight.
Yeah.
And Dove was like, so if, this place is infuriating, they hang string from a ceiling, just string from a ceiling, and that would cost you at least $100,000. It's crazy. So Dove goes, it's amazing. I told a joke. It fell flat, but then I told it again and again in a fucking huge room with a skylight. Now pay me. It's exactly the same thing.
It's ridiculous.
Modern art is the biggest joke in the world.
Yeah,
I wish I could remember
but also don't show
name.
up and hate on it though.
That's
not your cup of tea.
No, come on. Some things are so absurd, and then the fact that people are willing to pay almost $500,000 for it.
But whose fault is it? If there's a market for it, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's just human.
If someone's
stupidity.
paying for it, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, people just want to be part of a club that gets it. That's what it is.
If I'm that artist, I'm paying for that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm making it if there's a demand.
Yeah, some of that stuff is great, but other of it, some of it,
yeah, some can be bad.
Worse.
I went to Disneyland on Friday with Klopp and the kids. Disneyland all day, stayed a night there. Decided to have a cheat day. Ate everything in sight. Threw up at the parade, so that was fun. I sent you a text.
You said you're not said hashtag definitely not making it to 50.
Correct. I said hashtag enjoy me now.
Yep. Hashtag enjoy me now. Hashtag definitely not making it to 50.
Correct. Definitely think I'm dying.
Yeah, you got me a little worried.
Definitely think I'm dying to 50 before 50, and then threw up there. Saturday open for Joey Diaz, which was fun. Good. He's getting ready to shoot his Netflix special. And then. So then I went to Sunny. You heard of that Candytopia place in Santa Monica?
No.
Where it's like a huge Candyville? I'm sure Amanda's heard of it.
I don't eat
for
candy.
Kids. No, they have like these huge statues. Speaking of modern art, like huge statues made out of candy.
Really?
They have a whole mushroom pool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's candy for all the kids.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But I was with Klopp all weekend, man. It was good to see him. I wish he lived here.
I know.
I know. Great. I miss that guy.
And you got sick. You ate. What did you eat?
Everything. Name something. Name a product that didn't.
Churros.
Oh yeah, this is the problem. Klopp is like me, right? And he's always on a diet. And then I was like, dude, you're on a diet at Disneyland, right? You know how it starts. One person goes, what do you eat? Let's do it. So Klopp's a big dude, and he's always on a diet. And I said, dude, no diet today, right? Kids are here. Let's just have fun. We're not going to find healthy food anyway, so let's eat whatever. I've been pretty strict. Yeah. So I think it makes it worse when I'm strict.
Agreed.
And then, so I just went nuts. I had a churro. My son needed a water, so I went to this place like, we need to buy something. Like, what do you offer? Chili cheese dog? I'll take it. Ate that. Had chicken tenders. Had loads of coffee. Good candy, cotton candy, more churros.
Candy too.
And then by the time parade came around,
Cinnabon or anything?
There's no Cinnabon. I wish there was.
You would have.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'd live for Cinnabon.
So you just go crazy. If it's dough and sugar, you're going crazy. You're going.
Which I haven't been. I've been good. But then parade came around, And we got to the Beauty and the Beast part of it, which we've been waiting 2 hours for, mind you. It's the Pixar's big parade all the kids are waiting for. And Belle came out. The crowd went wild.
For Belle.
Yeah, it was crazy. This big thing. This real lady is up there waving. Wow. Everyone goes, yeah. I thought this was the perfect time to hurl because everyone's not paying attention. So when she went, yeah, I went in the back, went blah, everywhere.
Because the sight of Belle, and she probably saw you and said, why is that handsome guy throwing up at me?
Nope. I looked at her and went, right on, girl.
You say, your fault.
I said, you the real beast, girl. Way to be a distraction. Because it worked. Had some great rides, too. What they're doing, like the toys ride they have there. I'm sorry, not toys. The Monsters ride is sick. My son can go on that. You know what? Don't bring a 2-year-old on the Haunted Mansion.
Nope. Oh, my God.
Because they can be on it. Oh, my God. And they've redone it. I brought them on there. Kind of a bad idea.
Because it scares the shit out of them.
Yeah. Scared the shit out of him.
My son, same thing.
But he's not scared of anything. Like, we go on Alice in Wonderland, which is dark, and it can get a little scary. Little Mermaid gets a little scary. He thrives off that. Haunted Mansion, when it's all scary, he's like, probably not. I'm too moron, so let's not do this. No,
he's too little. My son, same thing. I took him on something like that, haunted something. Holy shit. I mean, a crisis. A crisis. You got to be careful.
And then the next morning, we're eating at we stay at the Disney Hotel. We're all there, and they have this buffet, and it's the shit of the shit food. The ingredients. Can you put a little effort into just quality ingredients?
The worst.
And then I get backlash from everyone because I'm hating on the food. I'm like, I'm not eating this. I'll just wait till I get home. I'll have coffee. Like, you're so bougie. I'm like, I spent the entire day previous eating everything in sight.
Yeah.
It's the worst food in the world. That's why I'm sick.
Yeah.
And I like quality food. I don't want to eat this stuff. Like, oh, come on, man. I'm like, dude, I just don't want to eat it. It's the shit food, man. It's horrible for everyone.
Yeah, fried in bad oil and shit. God knows.
It's just horrible, man. The eggs were fake. They're not even real eggs.
Yeah, those
the bacon,
powdered eggs, right?
Put a little fucking effort in the bacon. Looks like silly string, but brown.
God.
Oh.
It sucks.
I don't want my son eating
There's a Disney
either.
cruise that my wife was playing around with. I was like, I'm not getting on a cruise and eating that food. I'll be stuck and I'll go crazy.
I can do it for one day. I'm good. Any longer than that, I freak the fuck out. I got home. I jumped on that Peloton bike, burned about 1,400 calories. Hardest I've ever gone on that
Rode
thing.
hard, huh?
Oh, dude. Felt super sick.
You put a bandana on? You wear a little head strap?
I put a bandana on. I put the
Got gloves?
I got gloves.
Cloud
and
calluses?
I got the shoes. I do have the shoes. You have to.
You got
have
one of
the
those
shoes.
bands you put around your body to monitor your heart and shit?
I have a watch.
Oh, I see.
That does it because it's 2018. You know?
What do you wear in your ass?
In my ass, I put a plunge.
Okay.
We call it the rider's plunge.
The rider's plunge?
So nothing drips.
Good. Just to keep you stimulated and ready. So and honest. Keeps you honest.
So nothing drips.
Keeps pressure on the prostate.
Yeah.
Good. I like it.
Are you out of town this week too?
I am.
It was nice having Monday off, right? When's the last time we took a Monday off? It's nice having Memorial Day off.
It was very nice, actually. I'm glad you said. I flew back very early for the podcast.
I know you did,
but it's all good.
Then I figured, you were back early for the podcast.
It was a nice break.
I worked. I worked Saturday night with Gia's, Sunday at the Fight Companion. Oh, wow. So I'm like, dude, I don't want to. I feel like it's hurting the show, but because last week, 17 days in a row. By the time I'm like, dude, we just need a little bit of a rest. I thought it was the right call.
It was because I got home.
Plus, remember last time you're tired and it was the worst podcast we've ever had?
Yep.
I don't want that happening.
I'd woken up at 3 o'clock.
If I'm tired too, I know if I'm tired too, you get shit product.
Yeah. Now we're fresh.
Fresh to death.
Fresh to death. Daisies. Even though you made fun of my shirt.
It is a terrible shirt.
Yeah.
You're not mad at this shirt.
No, I got that in my car. Maybe I'm going to switch out.
This comes on Wednesday.
The minute I get back to my car.
Bryan Callen myself as Ken and Ryu drops.
I love that.
I'm pretty. Are you gone this week?
Yeah.
Where are you going this time?
Back to New Orleans. Good news is this. Not going to China. How's that sound? Not going to China. All I got, 2 more days on the show.
Shooting?
Yeah. This week,
God, a lot of
I'll leave
work.
tomorrow.
A lot of work.
And
leave tomorrow what time?
1.
1 p.m.
Can we do the podcast a little early?
Sure.
We'll talk about that. And then I leave tomorrow and then next week and then I'm done. I was worried about China. That's a long flight and a long time.
China's a nightmare.
And do you know why I'm not doing China? Because the Chinese government, I play a cop in this. I play a special agent. And the Chinese government basically said, if you will not get distribution, or the people that were financing it said, you will not get distribution from the Chinese government if you show an American agent, special agent, doing police work on Chinese soil, arresting Chinese nationals.
What?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because it would be
Rush Hour 2? Rush Hour?
The idea would be that you're.
I guess that was here, though.
It might have been in Taiwan or something, but the idea would be that the Chinese can't take
Look
care of their
bad?
own. Yeah, or that with that the
I
Chinese
see
would
what you're
need
saying.
Americans to come on. That would be very.
Hey,
It was very interesting. It's really interesting.
It's almost good news. You don't have to go to China.
Yeah, it's good news. How about this?
Then we
Not to all due respect to China, but I know an actress who
Because we have a ton of
said
listeners.
that she said, "Bring a filter for your water." I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "The heavy metals in the water." And she was in Shanghai or something. Said that, or Beijing. Said the heavy metals in the water burned her face.
What?
So that the makeup, it was a problem. Like there was something in the shower that there was chemicals and stuff that fucked her face up.
Really?
Yeah, you'd know her too. It was pretty crazy. I was like, what? Maybe it was an isolated incident, but I've heard that the water is
Not good in
A
China.
lot of pollution there.
a lot of pollution.
Dude, you know what I've gotten balls deep on is that hunting Hitler, Tim Kennedy.
Yeah. So where have you come out with it? Is there a chance he could have?
Yeah, well, Tim, never told a lie in his life. He's a goddamn Boy Scout of all Boy Scouts. And Rogan asked him on the podcast, goes, all seriousness, do you think we have Hitler's body? And Tim goes, after doing this, researching for 3 years, I'd say no. He goes, he would have died in Argentina or Chile.
So he took the story. The historical story is that in the bunker, he and Eva Braun, his girlfriend,
Took poison.
took cyanide, and then a Nazi guy burned their bodies. Right?
Well, they took cyanide, but then Hitler gunshot wound to the head, right?
Yes, I think he shot
He
himself.
shot himself.
Yeah,
She took
shot
cyanide,
her,
shot her, shot himself.
something like that, yeah.
Then the Nazis took the body, burned it.
Yes.
And then they said they got rid of it, right? So no one could do anything.
Which is weird, right? Why would you burn the body? Maybe.
And they're saying that that's not real now. And now with when you watch Hunting Hitler and Tim and these experts go through it, there's so many witnesses that saw Hitler, and there's also CIA and FBI documents, hundreds of documents that have Hitler in Argentina and Chile after the war.
Really?
Like certified FBI documents.
Wow.
They go, there's reason to believe this is
Because there
Hitler.
were a lot of Nazis that went to Argentina.
Hundreds and thousands.
Yeah.
And Tim will show up into a country there or a city, and it's all German. They don't
Yes.
speak a lick of Spanish.
Yes.
Zero Spanish, and they look down upon the locals and everything like that, and it's very strange. Very
I did
strange.
jujitsu with a guy who was from Argentina, but he was a giant Aryan German kid.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, well, you're from Argentina. He spoke Spanish, but he was German.
This stuff is fascinating to me. I'm super balls deep into it right now.
Hitler. Into yoga, vegetarian.
That's it. I was just gonna say, the most famous. Oh well, famous for the wrong reasons. But the most famous vegetarian of all time,
Hitler.
Yeah. And he loved animals. Loved animals.
For the dog.
Sociopath, loved animals, and apparently, quote unquote, children, even though he killed, countless numbers of them. As long as they're Aryan children, apparently.
Horrible stories. Yeah. Crazy though. Chin, you did Korean barbecue this weekend. Then you just chilled out. What do you watch on TV? Do you have a TV?
I don't have a TV. I just ordered one though.
He sings.
You ordered the one. You ordered the one. Oh, which we got to talk about. You ordered the one Jay sent you.
Jay sent me a bunch of them, so I got one of those. Yeah. A TCL.
I told you we were
He
going to cover it
recommends.
for a housewarming gift.
You guys do too much for me already.
Come on, man. We love you.
Come on, man. We only give you
You're
a career
important.
in your life. It's not a big
You're
deal.
important to us.
Yeah, it's important, man.
Hey,
we only
ditto.
give you
Same.
your entire existence. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, man.
Thanks, man.
Kidding, bro. You're singing though. Fucking good, man.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
I heard a song the other day. I meant to send it to you because I wanted you to cover it.
Is it country?
Yes.
Really?
And it's right up your alley. I
Send
listen to
it
country
over.
all the time.
Send it over.
I know. Fuck. Why didn't I do that?
What was that song you were singing?
It's Almost Home by Craig Morgan.
Can you play it for us, Jim?
I want to know when you're going to sing an original song of yours.
I think I will pretty soon.
Good. That's important
I like
because
it.
you should be doing that.
Thanks, man.
For real. In fact, I think you should cut an album and we'll promote it. The Chin album called
Yeah,
Fire in
write
the
12
Cave.
tracks, Chin, because you have so much time.
Call it Bryan Callen.
Will you
for
play
Brian.
that, Chin? Let me see the one you just did.
The one that I did?
Yeah.
I want to hear the
The one
actual
you did.
song.
The one you did. How do you decide which songs you're going to sing?
This one was fun.
No girls are sliding your DMs after you're dropping this fucking
I do
Korean
get DMs.
angels
I do get DMs nowadays.
by chicks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you doing anything about it, or
No.
are you telling them to come over and kill them?
No,
or?
because they don't have dicks.
How do I go to this here?
There it is.
There.
Hit it. Now, do you always have to be barefoot? You feel better barefoot?
Yeah,
You know
dude.
what's weird about that? I don't even prepare. It's just if I have socks on that day, then I'll do it with socks.
It makes-
on.
Don't
If I
do it.
have
You know what? Either barefoot or shoes, not socks.
Yeah.
Don't
or slippers or something, right?
No, barefoot or shoes. Hit it.
So you were saying that microphone is the first like real expensive microphone I ever purchased. I haven't used it for like 4 years, I think it is, like 2014.
Now you're bringing it back out.
So I brought it back out and I just put it on a story, like if you have any requests. And then a bunch of people just started requesting, and I was like, what the hell?
Awesome.
It's time to
then,
drop
yeah.
that solo debut.
Go ahead, bro.
Thanks, dude.
We need to do a
How does this
fucking
go?
concert with Chin.
He had plastic bags wrapped around his shoes. He was covered with the evening news. Had a pair of oval socks on his hands.
We'll pitch you there.
The bank sign was
Just kidding.
flashing far below. It was freezing rain and spitting snow. He was curled up behind some garbage cans. I was afraid that he was dead. I gave him a gentle shake. When he opened up his eyes, I said, oh man, are you okay?
Great voice.
He said,
Thank you, Bryan.
I just climbed out of a cottonwood tree.
Great song.
I was running from some honeybees.
I got cut by those bees.
Summer breeze.
It's fucking good,
Great
huh?
voice, dude. Great
Thanks,
voice.
guys.
What are we gonna
Legit
do with
voice.
this voice?
Just keep doing this and keep
Yeah.
writing songs and start writing your own
Writing
original
songs.
songs.
Yeah.
That people go, that's really fucking good. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh, thanks. Then somebody buys it
I don't even care about that, though.
and you quit.
If anything,
You don't want to drop an album and tour around and get bitches, bro?
Hey,
Not tour
sir,
around.
it's about the art.
yeah.
I'm
okay.
trying to paint the life for him. You don't want to be like the K-Pax band? What are they called?
K-Pass? K-pop.
K-pop guys?
Nah, dude. If I did anything, I would just do like YouTube videos just to do it at home.
You don't want to do Unplugged, Find the Kid, One Night with Chin?
If you guys ever do it
Bro.
one day,
You and I do
we'll
an
do
interpretive
it.
dance behind it.
in black silhouette?
If you guys really
Here,
did
Oh,
that.
no, we're cowboys.
Go ahead and
no,
play that
I'm,
again.
no, 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 no. We'll be dressed as cowboys in the back. I'll play the
Watch.
cowbell.
Yeah.
Play it?
See, I think that'd be a distraction for Chin.
Plastic bags wrapped around his shoes. He was covered with the evening news. Had a
That would be freaking awesome if you guys
Not
did
for the
that.
whole song. It's too much.
It would be funny.
It'd be too much for 3 minutes.
Look,
below.
that's a really good move. When you do interpretive dance, cover your own face.
And then I'm holding
Cover
you up
your
and
own-
spinning.
Yes.
And you're flying.
Yes. Yes. Here, and then you're not wearing pants.
And then we both end on just Chin. We're just,
Yep. And I tie your 3-piece set really tight at the base.
oh, like I'm a bull.
Yeah, I
then I
really
buck.
wrap it, and just you
I
see.
buck.
Yep, you see just your balls.
No,
your
you're riding.
herniated balls.
Dude, that's the fucking move.
What?
I'm a bull. I'm a buck. You
Yep.
take my 3-piece set and cinch it up.
Behind you. Look, so
Yeah,
it's
sure.
sticking right out
Yeah,
your ass.
however you want to do
but
it,
it's
bro.
herniating. Your
But then
balls
you're
and just
riding
your,
me.
Your
And
head
while
of your-
he's singing,
Yeah.
I'm trying to gallop you off.
Yep.
And the crowd's, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And I got a riding crop, and I'm whipping the
Yes.
fuck out of your haunches.
Yes.
And you're so red.
Yes.
Because I'm whipping you super
Yes.
hard. And again, I know I'm going to take a rope. I'm going to wrap it around the base of your dong.
Yes.
Okay.
Fat
so
rope.
now and I'm going to wrap it until I
Like a battle rope size.
till your balls and the end of your dong
Purple.
are only showing, and they're
And they're
purple.
purple.
They're being strangled.
pulsating.
They're being strangled. I yank that right up,
And I go,
right up behind, right between your ass. It's sitting in your crack of your ass as you're on your hands and knees. And I got
And
it.
then you
I
fuck
got
my
the rope.
ass.
I got the
Then you
nope.
fuck-
I'm not doing that. I got the rope over my shoulder as I'm riding you, and I'm like, "Let's go, you fucking donkey!"
but you got a red plaid shirt on, like button
No,
up.
I want to
You
be
got a
naked
cowboy-
with my psoriasis ablazing. I'm just a red spotted
I'm
leopard
out.
boy.
Oh, I'm out.
Red spotted
Nope, I'm
leopard
out.
boy.
I'm out.
It's called red spotted leopard boy and the balls.
Nope, I'm out.
It's called red spotted leopard boy and the donkey and the cinched up donkey.
No, you got to be in full cowboy.
Come on, you fucking donkey! And
Why
then,
you got to ruin the moment for Chin,
and
man?
then he's singing. That's good avant-garde. That's good modern art. That's interpretive art.
If
right?
I don't pass out.
Oh, you're gonna pass
You
out.
cinch up my balls.
That
like
pain's
that.
gonna be terrible. And then you pass out. Yep. Oh no, you farted too.
And then Chin's the whole act is fucked.
Yep.
I think it's better if we're in the back dressed as cowboys playing cowbell and you're on the harmonica with your crooked teeth. Where the fuck are your Invisalign?
I forgot them today. Things went off the rails today.
Hey, tell me the truth. Did they offer you Wonder Woman 2 and then you came in with those teeth and they turned it down? And they pulled the roll?
Yeah.
I fucking knew it, man. I knew it was going to catch up with you eventually.
I did. They were like, no, not with those chompers.
Fucking knew it. Did you watch the fights? You
Yes, I
texted
did.
me and went, be interested to hear your perspective. I said, listen to the show on Monday, bitch.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. But I was
You
like,
said,
I told
they were
you.
too cautious.
No, tell me what you thought. Try to spend that.
I thought that, I mean, from what I've seen of Darren Till, he's a pressure fighter, but he tries to cut the ring off, uses his size really well. And Wonderboy's a counterpuncher. And I thought they were very respectful of each other, but it was like nobody wanted to pull the trigger. I don't know. I thought it was a boring fight in that sense. I thought it was too cautious.
I thought it was a boring fight. They were cautious. The problem, I thought Darren Till won the fight. I'll take you to once argue Stephen Thompson.
Well, you got to give it to Darren Till because he knocked him down with a legit punch. I watched that twice.
But the other thing is too is, I thought Darren Till, solidified himself as the number one.
Sure.
Welterweight up-and-comer superstar.
Sure.
I mean, you beat the number one guy in the world
Yep.
in 5 rounds for 25 minutes. Wonderboy's not an easy, and he makes everyone look
Don't
bad.
you think, though, that Wonderboy put his hands on Till's face more?
No. And ComStrike numbers would say
Let
different,
me see
too.
the CompuStrike numbers, because I think, it felt like I give the fight to Darren Till because of that knockdown, but I did feel like Wonderboy hit him in the face more.
He didn't.
He did not.
He did not. So the only thing you can, if you're a Wonderboy fan, you could say, well, he landed more meaningful strikes, but then if we get a significant strikes, that's not there. You could say he did a better job avoiding the fight and then would circle back and would do some damage. I guess I don't see a lot of arguments for Thompson, even though some of the most respected experts gave it to Thompson.
No.
I don't see it in the least bit.
You got to give it to Till because it was.
So we'd be in the minority right now.
But when Till knocked him down like that,
But that's only one round. That'd be 10-9.
When
That's not a
Thompson
10-8 round.
When Thompson took him down and he got right back up, does that count as a takedown?
No.
It doesn't. Okay.
God, no.
Yeah. So yes, I think Darren Till.
But the way this works, so the CompuStrike numbers in that high level of a striking fight are so close, and no one is really sticking out when it comes to that. So let's take that out. So that judging criteria, we can't. That's what they base it off first, right? If you're a judge, you look at who's winning the fight based off who's landing the most strikes, the most damaging strikes, and that's how you judge a fight. So that's out. So close, they don't have the eye for it. No one really does. So it's gonna be tough.
Sure.
So then, what's the next criteria? Octagon control, aggressiveness.
Yes.
Who would you give that to?
Till. I have to.
And then if you go, all right, well, like you thought, and which maybe some people did go, well, Wonderboy landed more. Okay, well, let's look at the CompuStrike numbers. Okay, you didn't do that either.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think people.
I agree with you.
And I said this on Below the Belt. I think people had expectations on Darren Till that he was going to go in there, he was going to fight reckless, and hopefully get the knockout. But if not, Wonderboy's going to knock him out, and he guaranteed a second round knockout. And when that didn't happen, and he fought smart, calculated for 25 minutes, people are upset now.
Yeah. Smart or cautious? And I
thought fought smart. I thought Wonderboy fought cautious, like he always does.
Yeah.
But I thought I thought Till fought smart. I thought he could open up a little more, but when you're winning the exchanges, which he was, and he's dominating octagon control, and if we would have known going into the 5th round, he already had it won. He could have coasted the 5th round.
Yeah.
He was already up on the scorecards. I thought 4-1, 3-2 is fine too, but I thought at least 3-2. So when he had the fight won. When you're fighting Wonderboy Thompson, and you should be more mad at Wonderboy if you're going to critique the fight. His fighting style is what happens. We saw it with Woodley.
Yes.
We've seen it before. His fight with Masvidal wasn't exactly exciting.
Nope.
His 2 fights with Woodley weren't exactly exciting. Because in order for him to have an exciting fight, you have to go throw caution in the wind and go forward.
Yes.
But if you're on Till's level and you have that level of striking, you're not going to do that. And to me, what's so impressive, for 25 minutes, he played Wonderboy's game and beat him.
Yes.
And how you aren't just fucking ecstatic about that if you're a Till fan or a UFC fan, I don't get it. I do not get it.
Yep.
I do not. Sometimes I don't get this fan base.
We still yet to see what Till does against a guy who takes him down, and what he spent 4 years in Brazil. Let's see what he does against a good wrestler who gets on top of him.
But this is the story with everyone.
Yeah.
We've done this with Connor.
Yeah.
We've done that now with Till. Before Cowboy, everyone had their reservations, including me. I went, well, he's really beat nobody, and then fought Cowboy. Cowboy overlooked him. He stomped, he beat Cowboy.
A lot bigger
he's
than
much
Cowboy.
bigger.
Yeah.
That's what everyone said. And then, Wonderboy, #1 in the world. He's beat Roy McDonald. He had the draw with Woodley. He's beat Masvidal. He's beat, Johnny Hendricks. He's beat everyone, right?
Yeah.
So then everyone goes, how good is Till? He's so good. He went 25 minutes with the #1 guy in the world and beat him.
Agree.
That's how fucking good he is. I don't get it, man.
I got a question for you.
What, Brian?
How does he do against? I'd like to see him fight Jorge Masvidal.
Nope.
More than I would like to see him fight.
Nope. Ready?
Tyron Woodley.
You ready?
Hold on.
Ready? Get your teeth
Hold
in
on.
order.
Hold on.
Get your teeth in order.
Hold on.
Ready?
Hold
Put
on.
your fucking teeth in line.
Hold on.
Because suck on
I
this.
think I know what you're going
dick.
to say.
Robbie Lawler, who's #3 in the world right now. Robbie Lawler, Darren Till. Do you hate money, UFC? Do you hate superstardom? Because Darren Till's your next rocket ship. He's your and now Bisping's retired. Now you need the face of England. He's it, man. He's a huge draw in Liverpool.
Robbie Lawler,
Darren Till.
Tyron Woodley's still in. Is he injured? Is he?
Nope. He's training now. He's back training, but he'll wait and fight the winner of Colby Covington RDA in June. So he'll fight. I would imagine. He thought maybe August, say a little later, maybe October.
Okay.
Till has to fight one more. Has to be a big name. Then he'll get a tough shot.
Okay. I did see. Wonderboy shot that double leg, took him down, couldn't hold him down. But I kind of went, oh, he is open for a double leg.
Oh no, see that doesn't work. So MMA math doesn't work like that because when you're fighting Wonderboy, you want to know how much wrestling he did? You ready? Just ask me.
Which one?
Either of them. In that fight, do you think any of them worked wrestling at all?
No.
The answer would be 0. So when you're fighting Woodley, that's all you're going to be doing. Striking, we got covered. So the whole camps can be defending a takedown, send up your knees, strikes, and elbows.
Right.
So when he shot that, and that also shows you, I think, that Wonderboy is losing the fight.
Okay.
Name the last time
because the last thing he was thinking, he wasn't planning on it. He wasn't even thinking about it. So okay.
It's fucking taekwondo.
Yeah, it's taekwondo.
So, when Wonderboy shoots a double leg, if I would have told you, hey, what round was that?
Watch for the
what
double
round was that?
Fifth or fourth.
In the fourth or fifth round, Wonderboy's going to shoot a double. Who's winning the fight? Every person who knows fighting went, Till must be whooping his ass.
Yeah. If he's
There's your sign. There's your fucking sign that Till won the fight. Wonderboy shot a double leg because he's getting outstruck.
Yeah.
Any other?
I want to see
any
him.
other stupid fucking questions?
I want to see him fight a good wrestler. We'll see.
That's how it goes. Everyone, this is MMA. Who knows, man? He beat the #1 guy in the world.
Well, it's still
how crazy is that, though?
Yeah, that's great.
Crazy is this?
Yeah, he's a beast.
Monster.
He's so big.
But that's the world we live in. It's not your fault. It's everyone. Not me too. I'm like, man, how many fights? But he just beat the #1 striker in the world, the #1 ranked welterweight in the world. And people go, but man, let's see him fight this guy. Then we beat him. Yeah.
No, listen, I went back and watched his fights. This guy's a fucking beast.
No, his fights before us were nothing to blow your hair back, so that's why everyone's so surprised.
He's still a killer. He's,
But that's the world we live in. Everyone's, all right.
By the way, he's 24?
25.
Yeah. Still a young man. So, what do you think happens when he fights Tyron Woodley?
I think he's tough. He has the skills to beat Woodley. Woodley's a tough fucking guy to beat. Woodley's a great champion. He's gonna be tough to get out of there. I will say this though: it's better for the division for Woodley to lose. The turnover is great.
Yeah.
The turnover right now at 170. There's so many monsters. It's good.
Yeah. What about Robbie Lawler?
What about him?
Fighting Till.
That's a great fight.
Yeah.
I'd take Till.
You take Till.
Yeah. Get some current.
How about Till?
What?
Is Robbie Lawler a different fighter now than he was before he fought Roy McDonald?
Well, of course. Yeah, he's older. Yeah. Thought about retirement. Of course.
Yeah.
It's a perfect fight for Till, by the way. What else you got, Chin? You have some current events?
Yes, I do. First one is Roseanne Barr and her Twitter rant that was racist got her fired or actually canceled the show. Roseanne
you can say
on
fired.
ABC.
The biggest show in America.
Huge numbers.
Which is so hard to do.
For ABC.
40 million. They fired her within minutes.
Yeah.
Within minutes, they fired her.
I mean, you
Now,
can't
is this
say what you
self-sabotage
did.
or is she just a fucking idiot?
I think it's got to be self-sabotage. She's always had this in
She
her.
said like controversial stuff before,
Yeah.
and then her and Donald Trump are two peas in the pod.
Well,
He
she's
supports
into
her.
She's into this conspiracy stuff, you know. And Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equals Valerie Jarrett. Valerie Jarrett is of Iranian descent, so I think she's Muslim. Her father was African American, and
her grandfather,
Great
right?
grandfather.
Her grandfather African American.
So you know, and so this is.
But why did she tweet that out?
It's mean.
Why did she tweet that out, Chin? Do we know?
Because she's half an asshole. She always has been.
Now think about this. So yeah, I've heard that.
Right.
So, and you know, Whitney Cummings quit the show a few weeks ago
Yeah.
too because she butted heads with.
If
who
you
knows.
do that, it's one thing to be political and stuff. It's another thing to criticize somebody's. So Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equals Valerie Jarrett. To me, if you're that vicious about somebody's looks and you're comparing them to an ape and stuff,
Hold on,
and
grow up.
You don't think?
Oh, right there, Chin. Sorry, keep going, B.
You don't think there's going to be blowback in this environment?
So she sends that and then she deletes it and responds, I apologize to Valerie Jarrett and to all Americans. I'm truly sorry for making a bad joke about her politics and her looks. I should have known better. Forgive me. My joke was in bad taste. And then NBC went, or ABC went, nope, canceled.
See ya.
So she said it was a joke tweet.
No, she covered her ass because someone went, oh shit, you definitely should have put that.
Like you know, I mean, you're just being an asshole, man.
And
just mean-spirited.
Barr also made comments on Twitter Tuesday about Chelsea Clinton, tweeting, Chelsea Soros Clinton. She later replied in the comments that Clinton is married to Soros' nephew. Soros
Which
is
apparently is not true.
Being a liberal benefactor. All right.
But like you know me.
Hey, but also, just fucking do a comedy sitcom.
Yeah, I know.
Like we don't need. I hate to tell you, no one's tuning in to Roseanne Barr. Or any comedian should take this, or entertainer. No one is tuning in to hear your political opinion.
That's not even a political opinion.
That's not why. But that's not why your social media is not intended.
It's also not a political opinion. It's just a mean thing to fucking say. You know me. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like you criticize me for it, but I can't. In this case, it's like you're just being an asshole, man.
And then Chelsea Clinton responded, good morning, Roseanne. My given middle name is Victoria. I imagine George Soros' nephews are lovely people. I'm just not married to one.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the important work does in the world. Have a great day.
Yeah, that's the way to respond to that.
And then at ABC, how desperate are you to profit from Roseanne's racism? We know racism sells in this country. It always has, but you don't have to participate in it. The apology is meaningless. Cancel Roseanne.
So there's people asking them to cancel it.
Hold on.
then-
Viewership was so big that even President Trump praised the debut, of course, saying over 18 million people, and it was about us. The president also called Barr after the premiere to congratulate her. Geez, I wonder
So the question
why.
is now with big stars, A-list stars, when they sign on and do a show, the question is now, what in their contract, what's going to say in their contract? This is a disaster, right? So now in their contract, what is that contract going to say?
Here's
It's
the
going to be
thing.
a code of conduct.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Don't be racist.
Well,
do we have to
obviously.
put that in the contract?
Obviously.
Don't be racist.
Yeah.
We can't hire you if you're racist.
Yeah.
We can't do that. Also, don't use your social media. If you are racist, probably don't use your social media for
keep
it.
it yourself.
Once you keep it under wraps. But also, Obama said it best. There's no need to call out racist. They're going to show it over time.
They'll show the
boom, cancel, biggest show. For ABC, it's the right thing to do. And now, Roseanne, you can't touch. She's done. You can't touch.
She's always been a nightmare. She's always come with baggage. It's always been like, oh boy, there's always been issues with her. But I didn't know she was, it's like, it's one thing to be self-destructive. It's another, which I think this is self-destructive, but it's
I just think she's a racist bigot and she's that way and she doesn't know any better. And she was like, nope, this is how I am. And it's Roseanne Barr and we'll be fine. Well, no. Oh, you have the biggest show and you think that's all that matters? Well, something you got to understand is when you're racist like this, is those advertisers on the show, which that's all the bottom line cares about is money. They can't work with the show anymore. So they pulled the numbers down.
Yeah.
So then now what? Now that, of course, ABC's like, get the fuck out of here. Not to mention the head of ABC is African-American. Is that right?
Yes. She's
Boom.
an African-American woman.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You moron.
Yep.
Now, here's the other thing you got to think about. Think how many people work on that show.
Yep.
Think how hard it is to get a number one show on a sitcom, this day and age, on a major network.
Yep.
Think how many people bent over backwards to make the show happen. And because your selfish ass tweets this bullshit out, they're out of a job. Of course, John Goodman would be fine, but think about everybody else.
I want to look this up for a sec before I say it, but keep going. I'm listening to you.
So,
But you also said that Wanda Sykes
quit minutes after she tweeted this.
Yep.
Remember, ABC is Disney owned.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about any of it.
How about Roseanne goes, sorry, and because people are like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And then like, you get your show canceled, and that she thought she was untouchable. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable how stupid she is.
Yeah.
And how it affects everyone else on the show. And I didn't know Whitney Cummings. I just found out recently that she.
Why
left
did
the
she?
show.
Did you talk to her about it?
I have this article right here. So it says Roseanne's co-showrunner Whitney Cummings leaves reboot. I think she said it was because of scheduling and everything else, but the rumors were that she didn't like the direction of where it was going.
The politics and everything like that. I highly doubt it's because of scheduling.
Yeah.
And Whitney leaving Roseanne, the giant show she was a huge part of.
Interesting.
Drama. Roseanne's a moron.
Yeah. Let's
Moron.
Let's go to the next current event.
Hold on. Let me read this email we got because we start talking about
Race.
the So we started talking about the NFL.
Kneeling.
We started talking about the NFL, the kneeling, and how Roger Goodell made a rule now that you have to stay in the locker room, otherwise we don't want to see it, and you'll be penalized, stuff like that. And so when Bryan West and I comment on this, it's we only know one perspective, and it's from a white, privileged, Caucasian male side, right? Right? Like it's from our I can't do Freaky Friday and jump into African American's body, so I don't know. I'm coming from my side and from my surroundings,
Sure.
which probably isn't the best.
That's fair.
It's not probably the best narrative on this.
It's impossible
There's some
to
other
have that
narratives.
perspective unless you have it.
This one's a little long, but I'll try to summarize that. So this guy, I won't say his name, probably don't want his name out there, but his name's Darnell. We'll leave it at that. African American man. Good morning. I actually hate that I'm about to be one of those people who we get emails all the time, so don't feel bad about this. I actually hate that I'm about to be one of those people who write in about a show. I never have. I normally never would because I have too much time on my hands. That being said, after your latest show, I feel compelled to offer a different perspective on the episode, the conversation around the NFL players taking a knee. As a black man in America, hearing three Caucasian men discuss the change in rules for the anthem was interesting and a bit disappointing. I'm a huge fan of what both of you do. Hashtag Brian's teeth drive me crazy as well. I'm just kidding. I put that in myself. I have come to shows, bought merch, introduced others to podcasts. You don't have to listen to me. However, you understand where I'm coming from. I agree that the NFL players are employees, and prior to the rule change, they weren't in violation of any rule or code of conduct. I, like many other black people in this country, was happy to see athletes take such a stand. I grew up constantly hearing sports pundits and average Joes complain that athletes didn't use their platform enough. To see Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reed start this movement was inspiring for people like me. So often, athletes keep away from hot button issues because they know that owners or current potential sponsors will possibly no longer do business with them via Colin Kaepernick. They made a sacrifice, and a large segment of white America took offense. It was turned to a patriotism issue, and patriotism issue, and the media has tried to make it seem as though these gentlemen were going up against the military, which is far from the truth. From day one, this had nothing to do with the military. This is a false narrative. This had to do with black people being treated as second-class citizens in a country that we have helped build. Colin Kaepernick actually sat down with a member of the armed forces, and after the individual suggested that he could kneel instead of sit, he sufficed. America has had a long history of trying to silence black voices, whether it was not being allowed to vote or being kept out of certain occupations. President Trump also weighed in after this change was made and said they should stand, and if they don't like it, maybe they should leave the country. He goes, well, the problem with this is close to saying go back to Africa as you can get. A man who is the leader of the free world took the time out of his day to tweet about sports, yet it took him a day or two to even address the acts of violence in Virginia when white supremacists hit the armed streets to the teeth. Please know I love this country.
Hit the streets armed to the teeth.
This protest is about wanting to be. This protest is about wanting to be seen as and treated as equals, not being anti-American. So please hear me out and think about next time before you speak.
Those are valid points that I think we all agree on, both of you. I think we were just talking about the fact that when you work for any corporation, there's a certain code of conduct that you kind of and if what you're doing is affecting their bottom line, you have to contend with that. I think that's what we're talking about. So I agree with what he's saying.
Yeah, I agree with everything he's saying.
I understand that perspective.
Yeah.
I think you and I were talking about business.
We're talking about bottom line,
and where if you kneel and you are an employee of that company and it's hurting the company's bottom line, that is a conversation to be had. And so that company, which is NFL is a private company. I mean, it's an organization, but I mean the teams are private, right?
Yeah, private. Yeah.
If it's actually hurting profits and viewership, then I would imagine that company has a responsibility or a right or it's in their whatever jurisdiction or their decision to make that choice. Now you can protest that choice too. Okay, which is part of what having free speech is. But I think that's what we're talking about is the fact that anytime you work for any corporation, well, like me,
look at Bryan.
A suit.
Bryan wore a shit suit with loafers.
Or tailoring my act, and I don't like it.
But you're going to keep doing it for God's sake.
So this is a tough issue. It's an American issue and it's a tough issue. And I hear what he's saying, but
I agree with him.
The fact of the matter is that is the case. Anytime you work for a private organization, you're going to have to an extent.
What should they do? Just shut their mouth when they don't agree with something? And it's their only platform.
Well, here's what I think you can do. You can still kneel. You can not show up. You can do whatever you want. That's what this flag stands for.
Consequences?
And I think that anytime you do anything in life, there are going to be consequences or there's going to be a fight because there are going to be people on the other side who oppose that decision for a lot of reasons.
I think the problem with him...
Just know that in this country, when you do that, whether you're black, white, there's going to be repercussions. But you have to stand and fight for them.
Yeah, but I think for them too, like at first... It was about kneeling because they didn't like the treatment with cops and black people and how they're getting treated as second-class citizens. And the media made it about, they're anti-American, they're anti-military.
It's a valid point.
Which is super fucked up.
And that's
they're
not what they were saying.
They're not saying this. And Colin Kaepernick even met with a soldier, I think a Navy SEAL or some shit like that. And he goes, dude, take a knee. That's the way so you don't disrespect the flag. And then he did that. Yeah. And even then, they're like, anti-American, you're disobeying the flag.
And anytime you do that in this country, and Americans are so nationalistic, anytime you do anything, if you're a country music star and you criticize the president, you will see your sales go down. So people, artists, athletes, whoever it is, Muhammad Ali. I mean, we always forget Muhammad Ali.
It was a different time, but yeah.
Well, it was a very hard time, especially for African Americans. Muhammad Ali, in the height, at the top of his career, refused to go to Vietnam and was called a draft dodger, was called a traitor, was called a Muslim traitor. I mean, all the things you can think of, and lost his boxing license for 6 years.
In his prime.
Yeah. 6 years. And talk about moral courage. So,
but how do we not learn from that?
We have a history.
How do we not learn? It's a shit history. How do we not learn from that?
Americans?
It's crazy. But then Roseanne sends out a racist tweet and then they cancel her show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So It's like we have zero tolerance for racism. But then when these African-American athletes are trying to do something to enhance the eyeballs on what they're going through in this nation, we're like, can't do that though.
Well, you can do it, but you're going to pay. There's a fine. You can do it by not coming out.
Well, now
you can do it by... you can do it. It's a question of
you can't do it on the field anymore.
Yeah.
What else you got, Chin?
And that's going to be always a controversial issue. Burning a flag. In the 90s, when people were burning flags, and I was working at Lehman Brothers, and all the guys I was there with were like, "All right, you have a right to burn your flag, then I have a right to attack you." And I was like, "All right, guys, I know, but the flag stands for the fact that you can burn the flag." But Americans flip the fuck out.
Burn flags a little different.
George Bush Senior went and toured an American flag factory and said, "I have such a great feeling. I don't think it should be allowed." So it's always going to be a very controversial issue. And
what else you got, Jen?
Debate's important.
Okay, this is in France. A gentleman who is actually undocumented,
from Mali.
illegal immigrant, was there for I think 6 months.
Yep.
Ended up seeing a baby dangling from a patio all the way up.
Yep, this is incredible.
Why is the baby
Many,
dangling?
many floors up high.
Got stuck, I think. There was 4-year-old not being watched.
That's exactly
4 years
what
old,
happened.
not being watched. Got over the railing and somehow, thank God, got stuck.
Oh my God!
This is a nightmare. And this bad motherfucker.
Let me see it.
How he does this is
Watch
just
how
ridiculous.
this dude. Have you seen this?
That's the baby dangling.
Yes.
Yep. He sees
Watch
it and he
this
just
guy.
starts climbing. Like,
Are those all those people screaming?
Yeah.
Brendan, look at how he's jumping up though and catching.
yeah,
Watch
the way
this.
he climbs is
Watch
ridiculous.
this. Watch this.
For sure,
Here he is.
maybe-
He's going to jump and catch.
For sure,
Boom.
maybe move over.
If he misses, he falls.
it's game over for him. Look at this dumbass white person trying to climb. You see him trying to climb.
I feel like there's somebody up there right now. Is
So
there-
yeah, but there's like a barrier he can't get past. So he's trying to just hold him there. And this guy just
my
climbs over and
God.
then badoopsh, just brings
Jesus
him over.
Christ Almighty.
So he's a hero. And since he's undocumented,
Good
the
God.
mayor that of the city and the president,
Marcon.
they're going to give him citizenship,
citizenship.
That's so cool.
and they're offering him a job as a fireman.
Dude, that's so cool. What a
incredible. great
story. My favorite is the half-ass effort of the guy. I think
was
we
that?
got it. I think we got it, sir. Look at this guy. He sees him going. He's like, good idea, brother. Then look.
Where is he at?
You'll see him. Look at him.
Oh, this.
I think we got it, man.
Ah, you're good,
He's
dude.
Struggle City, too. Look at him.
Dude, look at this, though, man.
This guy has like crazy athleticism,
Yes,
right?
he does. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. It's very hard to do. Mm-hmm. That's so cool. What else you got, Jen?
Let's
Mali.
see what else there is.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Mali, very poor country.
Oh, since this guy was a guest of the show, a friend of the show,
Big J.
so Kevin Smith, he's going to do another Jay and Silent Bob reboot, and they're filming this summer. They have like a huge diehard
They have a
cult
huge
following for
diehard
this stuff.
following. I've never seen him.
You never saw the movies?
No, I've never been a fan. I know he does great movies.
He's
I
such a
just
smart guy.
I know I've never seen him. He's amazing. One of my favorite guests of all time on here. One of my literally, he's amazing.
How's he doing,
guest
I
on
wonder?
here. He had that heart attack, and then his
Apparently
special came out on Showtime.
He's apparently doing well. Like he's exercising.
He's like
and
vegan
getting
right now. He
leaner.
lost a ton of weight.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he looks really good. And then she shot I think 3 shows for a special, and after the second one, he had a heart attack.
Scary.
I didn't see his special, but I know it was on Showtime, and I know it went well for him. But he's one of my favorite guests on here.
Awesome.
I'm sure their fans are crunk. I know that Silent Bob does. He does he doesn't do stand up, but he was at San Jose Improv
Jay,
after me.
the guy that plays Jay.
Jay, sorry. Jay does.
Jason Mewes.
He doesn't do stand up, but he does like live shows where he does Q&A and stuff like that. Because he at San Jose Improv after me.
Sweet.
Huge following, right? Those guys.
Yeah.
Those
Cult following.
movies. You've seen it, B?
Yeah.
You love them?
Clerks and all those?
Yeah, you love them?
Great movies. Well, back then, this is when independent film could change your whole career in life.
Yeah.
No longer. Doesn't exist any longer.
Yeah.
But
What else you got, Jen?
Check these monkeys. Oh, not this one. This one. So this is in India, and there's these monkeys that are just attacking people in a really messed up way. I'll just show you right now.
This is India?
In India.
Oh, shit.
Hold on. So
Is this
see
spot-
he just runs and just tackles them, and then they book it.
And they just hurt people and take off?
yeah, just
Hurt people and
fuck
take
with
off. And
They're
check
just
this one
sick
out.
of
They
people.
just fuck
This
with
one just jumps
It's
on his
happened to
back,
me.
kicks them,
Oh.
and then
Happened to me.
bounces.
That's hilarious.
Why do they do
That
that?
happened to me. I'll tell you the
Did it
story.
really?
Yep. I'll tell you the story.
This one you can see why the monkeys.
This
This guy's
me
kind of
up.
like sort of harassing him.
Oh,
Kicks in there.
shit.
Dude, I'll be honest with you.
That guy
I
deserved
love
it.
animals. I'll punch that monkey in the fucking face. If he
I'm
does
afraid
to
that
me.
That guy
this is
deserved
the
it, and he
worst.
dropped his backpack.
This is the old grandma.
Boom, bitch.
Dude,
For no reason.
dude, these monkeys are assholes.
They're just jerks.
Dude,
They're bullies.
look at this.
Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, that was the only
They're
one.
harassing that guy.
I'll
or
come
what?
out there with a fucking stick. Let's see what you do.
Dude, you're not going to do shit.
No, I will. It makes me mad.
You're not
Don't
gonna do
fuck around with
shit.
me, monkey. I'll punch you in the face, monkey.
You have no idea.
We'll see. I'll go out. I'll go do that right now. You want it? Hey, I don't know why, but I'm pissed off.
Hey, kids, you see what happens when you hire a trainer to teach you boxing? You think you can fight?
I will
This
punch
is a
that
product
monkey
of
in the
that.
Bop, bop, bop.
There you go. There you go.
But they hit you from behind. So I'm in Indonesia. I'm studying orangutans. I'm in the middle of
another
nowhere.
orangutan story?
I'm in the
Which
middle
is
of
worse,
nowhere.
this or your goat
Bring
story?
up the gibbon monkey, please. It's an ape. And I'm walking on this dock. Then I'm walking through this sort of clearing with their trees on all sides. See that thing? It's an ape. It's an ape.
Is that an ape?
Yeah, it's a gibbon.
What's a monkey, bro?
No, it's a gibbon. It's the smallest ape in the family. No tail. Now,
No tail.
they make beautiful noises at night. Listen, bring up the sound a gibbon makes. It's quite beautiful.
That's
Sounds
a scrotum on
Sounds
its
like
neck.
a giant. Yep, sounds like that's a male. Sounds like a giant dove. They're beautiful.
Like a dove.
So listen to this. Hear it?
That's like an elk, right?
Look at how long his fingers are. Look.
His arms are long.
Oh, yeah. And that's all you hear when they're in the area. And they were everywhere.
Damn.
Yeah.
I would say it's beautiful.
That's kind of annoying.
Well, they sound like a giant bird. So anyway, I'm listening and I'm like that. And I'm walking and I helped feed the orangutans.
Yep.
With pineapple.
Yep.
Guy cuts the pineapple.
Yep,
Here you go.
heard this.
Here you go.
Yep.
Here you go. Here you go.
Yep, they don't eat
I'm like,
pineapple.
all right.
Okay.
Now I'm walking. Go back. Have some rice. Maybe some little fish paste.
Sure.
Delicious. And out of nowhere, a gibbon jumps on my fucking head. Jumps on my head.
Ripped your hair out?
Goes, bop, 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 bop. I go, ah! I'm like, ah!
Try
I
getting him?
freak the fuck out.
He's out, right?
I fucking
Like, you can't
right
grab
out.
him.
Just goes, yeah. Smacks my face like, ah! I fall to the ground like, ah! I thought something horrible had happened to me. I thought a leopard had fallen because they have like fucking
Yeah, tree leopards.
some shit. I fucking flip out and the thing jumps back up in the woods.
See ya.
He's like, ah!
They're all
ah!
laughing.
And screams at me. I'm like, I run away. They're like, oh yeah, he's very mischievous.
Why do they do that?
His name was like,
they're just bored as shit.
Pan or something.
Pan?
I don't know.
Pam or Pan?
His name is Brendan. I don't
Pan
know.
or Pam?
I don't know. It was a guy.
Was it Pan?
It was a male. He was an adolescent.
Sound like
male.
you're saying Pam.
All right, I was. I don't remember his name, but for the story, his name was
Pam.
Johnny.
Oh, okay.
It scared
I
me.
wonder why they do that, though.
Well, monkeys.
Why did it do that to that old lady? I think that old lady broke her face.
Yeah, she's probably got really.
Well,
hurt.
that's taught. That's some monkey figured that out, and the other monkeys are copying him. Monkeys are assholes sometimes, and it takes one. So they've done these studies, these fascinating studies with the Robert Sapolsky, who's an evolutionary biologist with baboons. When you have male baboons that are mean, like certain male baboons are like they become really mean. So it becomes like the biggest, toughest guy rules the roost, and everybody's all quiet, and it's like really fucked up. He gets all the women, he beats up on the guys, and then there was they eat first, those monkeys. So there was a tuberculosis outbreak where the big bad monkeys get all the food and they hog it, and all the other ones were hungry, like fuck you, get out of here, and they ate all the food. That food for whatever reason was tubercular, so they got tuberculosis and they all died. So all the mean, big, powerful monkeys died. So then in the baboon troop, the ones that weren't mean, the beta males kind of like took over, and they were like cooperative and stuff. And the whole fucking
Making sandals
the whole
and shit.
troop was
Just
better
fucked
off.
up. Oh,
Everybody was
really?
great. Yeah,
Really?
having sex. Oh, and healthier, lived longer.
Oh, wow.
Totally amazing.
I thought you were going to go the other way.
No, because the big mean tyrants were gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it was really wild. So
I thought you were going to say they like suffered. No one got food.
No.
No one's getting dicked
totally
down.
cooperative.
Oh, wow.
More sex spread out evenly.
Oh, that makes sense.
More genetic diversity.
Being mean doesn't work.
Being mean doesn't work, Brendan. Don't be an alpha baboon, and don't be a bully, and more importantly, don't make fun of people's appearances. I think we learned that from Roseanne.
You remind
and
me
you
of a
made fun of my
spider
fucking
monkey.
shirt
Well, what else you
and
got,
my
Jim?
teeth. Cancel Brendan's show. Look at his face.
Yep, that's Donald Trump.
Look at
And
Donald's face.
remember, he was talking about pardoning Jack Johnson. It actually happened, and there was a ceremony, and
My
even
boy Deontay Wilder was
Wilder's
there.
Yeah,
How cool is that?
Awesome. Incredible.
Dude, you know you can get that
All
fat
that.
removed from underneath his eyes.
Unbelievable talent.
so there's Lennox Lewis,
Like
Sylvester
Lewis isn't
Stallone.
American, so it's a little
Turn
weird.
this up.
Oh, Sylvester Stallone. That makes sense.
Oh, this
Although
is-
Sylvester called him, this is why the
He's
deal
dead,
went
that's
through.
why they're doing
You know
it.
that why
No,
that's
but I
how it
love
got through.
Look at
He was a talented fighter, a great talented fighter.
He has no idea who he is.
And Deontay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Lennox, if I really went and started working out, could I take Deontay in a fight? Please, no. This is 40-0, 39 knockouts. Could I take him in a fight if I really went to work?
You have to get past those long arms.
I get it. They're
Yeah.
long arms.
They're long arms.
And we also have.
Is it even worse than this cheap talk? You'd have to get by those long arms.
of Jack Johnson. Now,
The answer was
all sort of heard of
Lennox should have said, if I trained you, you would.
tough life and an interesting life. One of the greatest fighters, Lennox was just telling me, one of the greatest fighters ever. The early 19th.
God, his eyes are distracting. You ever seen those goldfish with the fat bags under their eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's just
hair is
the color.
amazing.
Get rid
He's
of that.
amazing. Look at that hair.
The eyes, man.
John Arthur Jack Johnson. He was known
I didn't notice the puffy. I thought it was just a white coloring.
first
No, it's the puffy. You know, it's
puffs.
fat under your eyes. It's a condition. You can get it removed.
Yeah.
tough life. They say he violated the Mann Act, and he had a conviction that occurred during a period of tremendous racial tension.
This is boring,
in the United
Chin.
Yeah,
States.
it is.
More than a-
Anyhow, he was actually pardoned posthumously.
Cool, just
That's
in
a-
time.
Only took 100 years.
Just in time. I'm sure Jack's thrilled.
Can I look at Sylvester Stallone one more time, please? He looks
They both, him and Trump look like wax statues.
that's
I don't know. I think
got to give it up though. He's trim. He looks like a knife in a suit. Look at him. Eyebrows are very high.
I'm a fan of Sylvester Stallone.
You got to be a fan. He's awesome. I mean, come on. You got to
Look
love
at
the
his
guy.
hair, bro.
You got to love the man.
His hair's better than mine and yours.
Oh yeah.
Way better.
He has.
You think it's a wig?
No, I think he just takes care of himself.
God damn,
to
his
the
wig.
nth degree.
Now, do you think he does all the HGH, or you think that's just fish oil?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he's been caught in Australia with HGH.
And by the way, Lennox is looking very thin.
He looks
Lennox is
small.
looking great. Small. Thin,
He looks like he's like muscles
yeah, he
gone.
looks like he's lost a lot of
looking
weight.
young. Look at Deontay.
Yeah, it was cool to see Deontay Wilder there.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
super
Deontay
cool.
is very tall because Lennox is huge.
Oh yeah, Deontay's
Damn.
like 6'8",
Freak,
6'9".
yeah, he was super
Damn,
tall.
really?
Yeah, he's huge.
Jesus. I wonder how he would have done against Lennox.
Great fight.
Great fight, right?
Lennox, fucking one of the all-time greats, man.
Yeah.
Amazing fight. Look at those old school phones. It's an interesting picture. Well, what else you got, Jen?
How many more you want?
I don't know. Got any other good ones?
Oh, there's some nice ones like this one where a teenager. So this kid from Alabama, his bus driver actually took a picture of. Dang, it's gone there.
Tell me this isn't sad.
No, it's a great one.
I thought you were going to say the bus
So-
driver ran him over some shit. Chin, dark
Oh.
shit, man.
This is all happy stuff. So the bus driver took a picture of this kid that he walks. I think it was like 90 miles. What was it? Let me see.
The kid walks 90
14
miles?
miles. Sorry.
Okay, big difference.
He
there.
walks 14 miles.
to get to school?
14 miles.
An amazing.
I had all this memorized too.
Hold on. It says, you tell me this ain't determination. He got on my bus to go to his graduation. No one's with him. I picked him up in Eatling Projects, drop him at the Crossplex in 5 Points. Sometimes it's all in what you want out of life. He didn't have on the best, but he was the best in my eyes. I was so proud of this black young man.
So he wakes up at 4:30 and walks all the way for as long as till 5:41 to get on a bus to then go to school.
Wow.
What a bad
And then the bus driver took a picture of him with his his gown on, and then a local radio station found out about it and they bought him a car.
Wow.
This guy,
That's so cool.
Ricky Smiley.
that is amazing. Man.
So even when he would get out of school, he couldn't get from that side of town till 5:20 when the bus runs back over there. So he doesn't make it back this way until about 6:30 or 7. Then he's up at 4.
4:30 and walks all the way to 5:40.
Damn. What a beast, man.
I tell you what,
That's so cool.
good for him. That's incredible.
Hold on. The recent grad has reportedly been offered a full scholarship at Jacksonville University. That's so cool. Wants to major in computer science. He's received more than $11,000 in donations thanks to a GoFundMe launched.
Love it.
And he bought a ton of Yeezys. Wow,
I
that's
love
crazy.
it. No, he did not. You added that in.
No.
You added that in.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, it is.
What else you got,
They're
Chen?
just happy stories. How about this? So a pretty popular Southern Baptist leader gave advice to someone who was getting beaten up by her husband to stay with him and pray for your husband. Anyways, he was removed from his post after that.
Yeah, no shit.
I have the audio here.
I'd love to
Let's
hear it,
hopefully
though.
it's-
Him. Do not forget the power of concentrated prayer. Get on your face before God and ask Him to intervene. And He is a good and a dear Heavenly Father. And at some point, He will intervene. I just give you one brief example of it. I had a woman who was in a church that I served, and she was being subject to some abuse. And I told her, I said, all right, what I want you to do is every evening I want you to get down by your bed just as he goes to sleep. Get down by the bed, and when you think he's just about asleep, you just pray and ask God to intervene. Not out loud, quietly, but I said, you just pray there. And I said, get ready, because he may get a little more violent, when he discovers this. And sure enough, he did. She came to church one morning with both eyes black. And she was angry at me and at God and the world, for that matter. And she said, I hope you're happy. And I said, yes, ma'am, I am. And I said, I'm sorry about that, but I'm very happy.
What a piece of
and
shit.
what she didn't know when we sat down in church that morning was that her husband had come in and was standing at the back, the first time he ever came. And when I gave the invitation that morning, he was the first one down to the
Who gives a fuck?
His heart was broken. He said, my wife's praying for me, and I can't believe what I did to her. And he said, do you think God can forgive somebody like me? And he's a great husband today. And it all came about.
So he's talking about transformation through prayer. That's just a Christian thing.
Well, he was relieved of his.
That's what he's
his
saying.
post.
He said, "I'm happy," but then the catch is, oh, by the way, he's here and he's and he's, redemption and forgiveness, and now he's a great husband today.
But there's the real world. So
that's faith and that's prayer.
That's
and
faith, but at the
his
same time, this happened this year.
No, this is 2000, early 2000s, I think.
Okay, still in the modern world. So when a woman comes up to you and goes, hey, man, my husband's beating the shit out of me. Pray on it. Good luck. Comes back, goes, he's beating me even worse. And you go, all good. I'm happy about this.
Hold on. Because that you go to the police, first of all. If you're a spiritual practitioner, your job is you can say go to the police, but I'm sure that's also a jurisdiction of the police. He's her spiritual guide and counselor. He's a Christian. So the idea is pray for him. Here's a story that helped. This is a man of faith. So
they don't want you to leave. They just want you to
I don't treat things that way, but he's basically saying forgiveness, prayer, all that stuff can be helpful.
I think we can't just chalk it up to faith. I think you have to be reasonable. And we should probably get out, but pray for him.
Well, whatever the advice is. I mean, to me, it's like,
Now, and then what else is alarming? I mean, it's happened before. Now he might beat you even worse, but just keep praying for him.
But
that's not real.
That would be a Christian thing, though.
It's not real, though.
But it's an act of faith. I mean,
Christ prayed. Doesn't mean it's
Christ
real.
Forgave and prayed for the people that, put him on the cross, or that would be the idea. Pray for your enemy.
That's their idea.
Love your enemy. That's a Christian thing, right?
Yeah, but also in the real world, if a woman's getting beat,
we're not talking about the real world. We're talking about
we are though. Just
God.
Because he's a Christian, you still have to abide by the rules.
He doesn't. What he's doing is
does he not?
Gave her, no. He's giving her advice as her spiritual counsel. There's no law that says I have to tell you anything specific. No, the law. He's her spiritual counsel.
You don't think it's fair for him to go keep praying for him?
You and
Maybe
I
go talk to the cops.
I might do that. I'm not going to criticize him for saying his faith is essentially
to
pray, love your enemy, turn the other cheek, and pray and forgive your enemy. That's a Christian doctrine. So I'm not sure why when he was saying that he lost his job. I don't get it. I would personally
that's borderline dangerous.
I'd be like, well, you might want to go to the police.
Yeah.
And report, but this is domestic violence is pretty common, unfortunately, and complicated. All this stuff.
When he's saying that, doesn't it sound like he's sort of just making up that story? Because I felt
know.
like it.
But all stories are made up, right? To an extent, everything's a narrative, and just because a story is made up in the Bible or in a book or in a movie doesn't mean it doesn't have power and doesn't help you through a problem. Because it's a metaphor for how to behave in the world. And every story is, and if it's a good story, the theme is the author's argument for how you should behave in the world.
All right, so hold on. So before we don't think this guy should have been fired, so he allegedly advised a woman studying there who said she had been raped by a fellow student not to report it. They shamed the crap out of me, asking me questions after questions. The woman who now works in public relations.
That's very different.
Forgive and forget.
I didn't see that.
But where do we draw the line with faith?
Well, first of all, if the person raped you, okay,
but it's not his job,
and you were shamed by them.
Yeah, but in the Bible, Bible, it's not his job to report the police.
You're just reading this for the first time. I'm responding to what I heard. This is very different.
I draw no correlation between rape and beating a woman. To me, as a man, I don't give a fuck. Muslim, Christian, Catholic, you should not say, just pray on it, hopefully it gets better.
Right.
You should definitely
because you're not a Christian
something
and neither am I. So what I would do is I would go,
but
he's
guess
committing
what,
a crime
guess what,
against you, go to the jail.
I have friends who are balls deep in Christian, and they would not say that.
Yeah, but hold on. You heard, I'm responding to what he said. So we
just heard the part
an
about
excerpt of one phone call or one thing, right? I don't know what else he said. But based on what he said just there, where he's just talking about being a Christian and praying, what he said is pray for your husband. That's what I heard. That's it.
But he says,
I don't know what else he said.
But you heard him say it's going to get worse and just pray for him. Because if he catch you praying, it's going to get worse.
Yep.
Meaning he's going to beat you up even worse. Just pray through it.
That's Christian.
And you don't have a problem with that.
Well, what I'm saying is
you're saying he shouldn't lose his job over that.
What I'm saying is that I don't know what else he said. And I'm saying that.
I'm saying based off that, though.
Being a spiritual counselor, when you say to somebody, you're going through a really hard time, whatever it is, pray on it. Okay, I'm not going to fire somebody for that.
You say no matter what it is.
Now you're criticizing him for not giving additional advice. I'm not prepared to do that. I'm not going to fire anybody for not giving the advice you think should be given because I got news for you. I got a lot of news for you. I have a friend who worked for a long time with domestic violence, who continues to, I should say. And one of the biggest, hardest things is getting people to take your advice, including and especially going to the police, to the point where she runs and I've done plenty of charities for this. She runs an organization that provides safe houses, safe spaces for women and children to leave. Because what happens is you don't want to leave because he'll hunt you down. You have
nothing, He'll
hunt you down.
Yeah.
So it's really scary and really dangerous. And it's got to be treated with, it's very, very delicate. Because, by the way, a lot of times, and I don't have the stats, but when a woman tries to really leave, that's when she gets killed. Mm-hmm. You know, it's very dangerous. And her kids, so this is an organization that provides safe quarter and anonymous where you can take your children, no questions asked, and show up at the shelter. Because when you have a violent man and you're living under that violent man, number one, here's another terrible fact for whatever reason. A lot of women that suffer from domestic abuse will a lot of times, because of past trauma, find another man.
They
like
gravitate
that.
towards it.
Yeah, so it becomes this habitual thing. So a large part of like counseling for domestic abuse survivors that from my experience of talking to people that do it, is getting them to realize that they themselves don't deserve more than this and shouldn't find dangerous.
And I get you, B. It's complicated. I think.
But yes,
the world I live in,
I agree with you.
The world I live in, I'd say this guy's a piece of shit.
Of course. Well, you and I agree. So for me, because I don't believe in just praying, what I go, cool. Yeah, pray.
I have to go there tonight, though.
If
I have to go there tonight.
Right.
He's going to blacken my lip and my eyes in front of my kids.
Or kill me.
Or he might kill me. If he catches me praying like you said, he might kill me. I don't know.
Sure. So if I'm there, dude, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go, hey, and you're going to be the same way. Excuse me, this is all awesome. You go to the police and record him on your phone because he's a dangerous person and get the fuck out of there. You know, there are a lot of reasons, but a lot of times
then it gets even worse because she got raped by one of his fucking prayer Bible humpers and then shamed the crap out of me. I had to bottle it up. My husband didn't know about it until last week. I told him I need to do something. In 2 days meeting deciding Peterson's fate, the seminar's board of trustees said it also affirmed a motion stating evidence exists that Dr. Passion had compiled with reporting laws regarding assault and abuse. Somebody stands against all forms of abuse. So he has a history of, he's a piece of shit.
Complied with reporting laws regarding assault and abuse. Somebody stands.
Remember also, what's really interesting about a lot of Christian, institutions is that marriage, you stay married at
no matter
all
what
costs.
God, it's 2018.
I mean, remember how long divorce was illegal for a long time,
Divorce,
right?
it was for the longest was so frowned upon.
You couldn't get
if you were a
divorced.
divorced mom with a single kid, oh my God.
So
it says here, she and
when the Catholic Church allowed divorce.
This kind of guy he is. She and 30 other women immediately drafted open letters addressing the board of trustees about the rape and stuff you
there
hide.
you go.
30 women.
Yeah. Take a look at when the Catholic Church or when sort of recognized divorce. Because I think divorce for a long time was, and it was always like that was last resort, no matter what. Husband cheating on you, husband beating you, you never got
It's
divorced.
just silly as fuck. It's just all this is silly. Try starting a religion today. Go. Let me know how many followers you get. It's just so silly they follow this.
Well, there's a lot of Christianity and a lot of religions give people meaning. Depends on what you dilate.
I get all that, B, but a lot of it, the aimless faith in it. When you look at what everything's going down, it's silly.
You got to
as
be
fuck.
a realist, right?
It's gonna be tough for you to find, Chin. It doesn't matter.
We found it before. It wasn't that long ago, though. It wasn't like 70s or something.
Yeah. See, the
60s,
Roman Catholic
70s?
Church treats all consummated sacramental marriages as permanent during the life of the spouses, and therefore does not allow remarriage after a divorce if the other spouse still lives and the marriage has not been annulled.
Silly shit. Silly as fuck.
So you're dealing with a lot of stuff here.
For sure. Old school shit.
Yep.
Didn't adapt.
Yep. I
that
want
it,
you to know
Chin?
something, man. If you and I were married, my life would be easy. How would we get along if we were married, dude?
Well, I beat the shit out of you, and
Why?
I'm lucky. I'm glad to know that you would just tell the guy
But you're a
and not
natural
do
bottom.
anything about it.
You're a natural bottom, though.
No, I'd beat you.
But you're
Like sometimes you send me. I told you this. Sometimes you send me stupid shit.
You go, "I wanna
like,
hurt
dude,
you."
he's a doctor. And I went, dude. When you send me this stuff, it's very rare. I feel like this. I want to hurt you right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just beat me up. Toss me around a little, choke me up a little bit.
Well,
You've
no-
done that to me before. And remember, when I was throwing punches at your face in the elevator, and you hadn't eaten, and you go, "If you do that one more time, I'm gonna fuck you up." And I go, "Come on, all right." That as the doors opened, and I ran.
Yeah.
And you caught me.
Oh, yeah.
He caught me. Like I ran out, and I always forget he's faster.
caught him with, like, those spider monkeys.
And yeah, and he fucking like I just hear goosh, goosh, goosh. He'd had it, and he just goes, and he like one hand over my shoulder, the other under my arm, and just went, and you pulled me in, and it was bad time for bye-bye.
Well, I would take your shirt and I pulled over your head and rip it, and then just sucker punch you in the
I keep my
stomach.
knees up. Hard to
Your
finish a
knees
ball,
up.
bro. Hard to finish a ball. Here,
You can run
elbows and
faster
knees.
than
Then
you
I'll just, oh yeah, way faster. I'll just,
All right, don't say
I'll
way
just
faster,
spike you like a
Jack.
medicine ball if you ball up like that.
What do you mean? How
I'll
the
take
fuck
you like
you gonna do that?
What are you, 140
What?
pounds? I'll
I'm
take you like a
170.
140-pound medicine ball with psoriasis
Nope.
and spike
You pick me up?
I'll just spike you like
And
a
throw me
big,
on my spine?
stupid medicine ball.
Hey!
And a striped shirt.
No, because I'm holding on to your. And then I loop onto
And then
your
the
head.
people around go, yeah, because
Nope.
they hate your
I
shirt.
loop onto your head.
Is
I
that it,
hook onto
Chin?
your neck.
That's pretty much it.
We got to figure out how we're going to do the show tomorrow. Probably no guests that early, huh? We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah. I want to thank you guys for listening in. And you've said you'd beat me, you made fun of my teeth, and you made fun of my shirt. All of which I take offense to. And
Come
I hope
at me,
you're happy.
bro. Bring your blind faith and come at me. Pray to God you can beat me up. Let me know how it works out for you.
You don't know.
You know what I want you to do tonight? I want you to get on your knees. Pray to God you can beat me up.
Yep.
And then try it tomorrow. We'll see what the big man thinks upstairs.
Dude, I'll put my hands on your face, Wonderboy style, I'll tell you that.
Let's see.
Because I did Taekwondo. You know what we should do?
You know what we should do?
Let me keep you away with my feet. God, good luck.
do that.
Good luck with you. Good luck.
When are
dealing
you
with
and
my
Chin
feet.
going to move around?
We got to do it soon. I've been
Yeah.
boxing a lot.
It's got to happen. I mean, because of the fan response, that's
And
the
I'm
thing I
making
hear
t-shirts.
the most.
And I'm making t-shirts. So I need
And it's
you
going
guys
to be
move
just
around.
fun. It's not we're not hurting
It'll
each
be
other.
fun. And by fun, I mean insanely boring. Where are you going to be, bro?
Brandon, I'm glad you asked.
And if you
Couple
say
things
New
you
Orleans,
need
I'm
to
going to
know.
freak the fuck out.
I'm going to be in this weekend. I go to House of Comedy in Minneapolis,
Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
Stroll in the mall.
March 31st.
It's a good time, man.
Yep. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm at Good Nights in Raleigh, North Carolina, June 7, 8, and 9. And I think you know by now, besides Portland, 21, 22, 23, Helium, we added a second show, well, actually a third show, July 19th,
On Thursday- it's a
Talia Hall.
Thursday.
Get your tickets, July 19th, Talia
Friday,
Hall.
Saturday sold out. Thursday, we're doing a
Friday
third show.
sold out, yeah. Yeah, Thursday, doing a show.
tfatk.com for
Brandon
tickets.
Shaw, Brian Callen.
We're releasing the Street Fighter, Ken and Ryu, Brian Callen, and myself. The shirt I'm wearing right now on air releases Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, tfatk.com. I am in Pasadena Ice House June 15th. That show is almost sold out. One show, one night only, June 15th at the Ice House of Pasadena. Then I'm at Houston Improv June 22nd through 23rd. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. All those shows are almost sold out as well. Get tickets now, tfatk.com. Get you some. This is the Final Kid. We're out.